It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
What are we talking about on a Sunday? This is going to be, I was going to vet it through Andy, and then we played phone tag, and so we'll see today's episode how it goes. I wanted to start off by saying happy belated birthday to Yvonne. She turned an age a couple days ago, and I missed it. I missed it on the actual day of for when I was recording, so I was kind of ticked off about that because she deserved the birthday wishes on her birthday. She's one of the best. I miss seeing Yvonne out and about in Spokane quite a bit. All right. What did I want to talk about today? I know one thing I wanted to mention is there's a lot of things with smartphones and social media that I missed, and there's not a lot of them that I missed when I was the Target demo. And one of the things that I missed that I'm bummed about is it happened right kind of after it really started getting hot, right after I had kids. And after you start having kids, the way you operate kind of changes, and the things you do and buy kind of change. Now, this is not all the way fair because some of these were really popular before I had kids, but I feel like they've gotten they're everywhere in the last 5-6 years. And it has to do with cooking. Now, I believe there is somewhere deep down inside of me where I was meant to be a chef at some point. I am not an amazing cook because I have not put the time into it. More on that in a bit. But I do love it. I'm passionate about cooking. It's one of my favorite things, and it's been one of my favorite things forever. When I lived alone, when I was single and lived alone, the amount of time I spent cooking things, I did it a lot. I always had a place that was right by a grocery store, so that was always my pantry. It was kind of one of the jokes of me growing up was that I never had anything in my kitchen cabinets. It was always just like, okay, I want to try to do a meat dish tonight. I'm going to walk down to the grocery store, get some steps in, get the groceries, come back and cook it up. I love cooking. I loved following recipes. I love trying to get creative with it. So I think somewhere deep down inside of me, I was meant to be a chef, but I'm not. So then for a while, I think Tasty, I don't even know if they still are a thing, but for a while in my life, if I logged on to social media, especially Facebook, Tasty was the page, and they always had these recipes up there that, let's see if they've still got new ones, that I just thought looked awesome, and they seemed simple, and they had all the steps to make them. Oh yeah, they're still putting stuff out. They had a sweet potato chip recipe just the other day. But I loved going on Tasty and making meals. But as the internet has gotten crazier, and TikTok and Instagram, more than just Tasty on Facebook are going on, and so many people post quick hitter 6-ingredient Michelin 2-star Michelin pasta, and I love that stuff. Now there was one we kind of, again, when all this stuff was taken off, my wife and I didn't have kids yet, so we had time during the day. We both worked, but then after work we had time to just kind of mess around if we wanted to cook dinner and take some time. Now there's no chance. So there was one, it was like Gigi Hadid's pasta that was super easy, and she made it was very basic, but everyone was doing it. I think COVID kind of got a lot of this kicked off, and we did that, and it was so much fun. So I'm bummed I missed out on that. I'm bummed that now I'll log on, and there's people that I pop up on my Instagram feed all the time who do, it's like the what's that guy's name? The 40-year-old guy, that 40-year-old, I forget what his name is. He's the guy, what's he say? What's his catchphrase? I don't remember what his catchphrase is. Anyways, they watch someone's video and then they try it and they're like, that's so good. And they throw their hat across the room or they fall on the floor. They're like, oh my goodness, or whatever they say that just, what is that guy's phrase? Ain't no way. Is that what it is? Ain't no way. Anyways, I love those videos and I look at them a lot. I'm like, man, someday my kids are grown up, if this is still a thing that's happening, I'm going to try all of them. I'm going to save all of them. I'm going to try all of them. I'm going to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner just based on quick hitter videos on Instagram. Okay, I love those things. Absolutely love them. There's a pasta one I want to try. I just looked at it. I was like, this looks good. The second I watched the ingredients, I said, none of my family will eat this except for my wife. And so it will never happen. It will never happen. One of the things with cooking, and I was talking to my buddies, Lexington Mike and Eric, about this last night. And maybe this is just going to be a reality check podcast, but I kind of want it, if you want to be involved in it, I would love that. You can go to YouTube and comment there. You can go to Spotify like Yvonne did and comment there. But I have, I see it's either me or it's Marvin Gladstone or whatever the guy's name is. What's his name? Oh, who is the guy? Why? If you type in 10,000 hours, it should not go to Dan and Shay. I'm sorry. It should not. Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers, the Story of Success, right? Achieving world-class expertise in any complex skill requires roughly 10,000 hours of dedicated practice. Now, there's going to be a lot more to this than me just saying 10,000 hours, but we got in the conversation last night. What have you done for 10,000 hours? What have you done for 10,000 hours? And sleep, obviously, was like that, breathe, whatever, the dumb ones. But what have you done for 10,000 hours? I know I've played basketball for 10,000 hours. I know I've played video games for 10,000 hours. I know I've done radio and podcasting for 10,000 hours. And I was thinking of all these things I've done for 10,000 hours. And this depression hit me because I've played basketball for 10,000 hours and I peaked many, many, many thousands of hours ago. I got to the best I could be. So I look at this and I go, world-class expertise, 10,000 hours of basketball. I didn't get that. So Malcolm Gladwell, full of crap. I didn't get that, but I know he's going to dedicated practice. I played 10,000 hours. Okay. 10,000 hours of video games. I'm not good at, I love video games. I'm still not good at them. I'm not. You put me into a first-person shooter, I'm the first one dead. I've never been good at Fortnite when I played it a bunch with the buddies. I'm bad at them, but I love them. Podcasting and radio, I'm away well over 10,000 hours. I'm not good at it. If I was good at it, there would be a following, and I probably, I guess I did radio. I did work radio as a real job, but there came a point where it was a plateau there, where it was like, this is where you're getting, and that level wasn't, as I'm reading 10,000 hours, world-class expertise, right? If you're world-class expertise, your plateau should be higher. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, is this a real thing? Is the 10,000 hours just something I was fed by Malcolm Gladwell? Let's see. It stems from a study of elite violinists by psychologist K. Anders Ericsson, which noted top performers accumulated thousands of hours of solo practice by age 20. So is it an age thing? Is it an age thing? Maybe it's an age thing. Here we go. Malcolm Gladwell cited the Beatles playing over 1,200 live shows in Hamburg and Bill Gates getting early access to computers as real world proof. So is the 10,000 hour rule about young hours? Because that's what it's feeling like. Because, like I said, I'm 10,000 hours into podcasting and we're nowhere near better. In fact, I bet you if you went back and this is one thing with the internet that bothers me. People will say to you, once it's online, it's never going away. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever. And they say this and they mean it. And they're like, once it's on the internet, it's there forever. Go find me my 2010 to 2014 podcast run. Go find it. Can someone go find it? Because apparently once it's on the internet, it's there forever. But those are gone. I had my website, my server space. I lost it. I lost it for the dumbest reason. I lost it because I changed my debit card got stolen. I changed it, forgot that I'd changed it, didn't have the email address that I had originally signed up for the server space for. I was dumb, and I was excited that I had slim at 790thefan.com was my email. And when I left to go to KXLY with the Jay and Kevin show, I lost that email. And that email was tied into my server space. And so forever, I never even got emails notifying me about that server space. But then when I needed to change my debit card 4 years later, I couldn't. And then I couldn't get access to it. And I lost my server and they deleted everything. So I don't believe the whole once it's on the internet. I don't believe I'm calling out all the things that are fake. 10,000 hours, I don't believe you. And I'd be better at this. So I'm frustrated. Put in the work. Didn't get anything. Malcolm Gladwell owes me money. Can we do some kind of petition or like one of those things you get in the mail where it's like if you owned an iPhone from 2022 to 2024, you might be entitled to $87.30. I'd like my money, Malcolm. I've done it 10,000 hours. We're nowhere better than where we were in 2010 to 2014 on the missing podcast episodes because I was lied to about the internet, and once it's there, it's not always there. It's gone. Someone go find me those. There's a ton of them. There's probably 10,000 hours of podcasts from 2010 to 2014 that are just gone. Totally gone. Now, the ones before that in the like 2005 to 2008, I do have those on a hard drive, and I pray they're not online. Those need to be nowhere near the internet. What was that? I think you can search you can search this, but I have part of my very first podcast ever from 2005. What is it? It's like July or September 2005. One of the episodes last year, I think it was, on this podcast, I played it. And so if you want to hear me 20 years ago doing the first episode ever of the podcast, it's out there, and I sound like a baby, and it's so bad. And so, but you listen to it, you go, that's really bad. And then you listen to today's, and there's probably 40 to 50,000 hours of stuff done in between then, and you'll think, nope, that Malcolm Gladwell's full of crap, man. All right, what have you done for 10,000 hours? Do you feel like the things you have done for 10,000 hours, you are at a world-class expertise level? Do you believe that? I wish mine was cooking. I wish mine was choking on my own coughs. I wish mine was cooking. I wish if I had done 10,000 hours of cooking, I do feel like maybe I would be a way sick chef and I would never need to look at a recipe. That would be awesome. That's one of those things, if you have that talent, where you can just look at the items in your house. You're like, okay, I've got those leftover pork right there. We've got these seasoning. I've got some macaroni noodles in the refrigerator. And, I've got a couple of weird sauces in the refrigerator, the door of the refrigerator. And you just grab stuff and you start flipping bottles around and like tipping things weird into really cool looking like skillets and a cast iron and one of those big, huge pots that you're supposed to put in a fire. And you just got all these things out and bop, 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 and then you have this sweet dinner and you never looked at a recipe. That's the level right there I'm jealous of. All right, I got to go. What are we doing? 61. Is this episode 61? The Roger Maris episode? Is this the Roger Maris episode? I don't care about Roger Maris because I don't care about things that are 50 billion years old. If you've listened to this podcast a lot, you know I don't really love history, and there will be a point in time where I will be history, and I pray that I would never be part of a history thing, but I don't just focus on what's going on around you. I know it's such a bad take. That's a bad opinion, and one that I will not tell my kids because we need to learn about history for something. There's a movie called 61 out there, right? And it covers Roger Maris being like the 5th or 6th best home run hitter, 10th best home run hitter in the history of baseball. And we celebrate it because there's a movie about it and he was for the Yankees, but like Cal Raleigh did it. And Cal Raleigh's batting 160. So, maybe not that great. Okay, got to go before we say more stupid things. 10,000 hours. This is what we got. This is where we're at after 10,000 hours. Did I want to read comments today? Did I want to? Roberta hit me up on YouTube. My nephew won the World Series, Little League World Series. And Roberta said, my nephew was in the World Series last year. I think they managed to come in third. We watched the Little League World Series for the first time ever. I have pictures on of the TV on my phone. My nephew is out of Alaska, and it was the ESPN one. And then she said, the Huck fist bumps made my day. So sweet. I love that kid. Roberta, Huck is my guy. Huck is my guy. And then Roberta said, I guess I'm glad we spoke English in Alaska. They will understand. Tell them that, unfortunately, this is after I said gracias, or after I said, gracias to the guy who cut my trees down, insinuating that I'm a Spanish speaker, and then speaking no more Spanish, thinking I was going to just rattle off sentence after sentence. Roberta says, tell them that unfortunately, as you have lived stateside these last 20 plus years, your Spanish skills have gone by the wayside. Like anything else, if you don't use it, you lose it. 10,000 hours. Once upon a time, I had a 5+ octave singing range. That's insane. But I was a band geek, not choir. Nowadays, I'm lucky to get an octave out of my voice. I often wonder what would have happened had I pursued singing. I didn't know it was odd until a gal I ran into in the Girl Scout choir I was auditioning for asked me, don't you ever stop while I was running scales? I said, am I supposed to? That's insane, Roberta. That's insane. That's an awesome talent. That's a really, really freaking awesome talent. Yeah, that's always what I'm like, I used to speak Spanish. They're like, sure you did. Sure you did. You said gracias, Spanish boy. Over on the old Spotify, Yvonne, again, happy birthday. Not quite 50. Not quite 60 yet. Yvonne said they usually show the Little League World Series on ESPN, like Bad News Bears. Yes, so there is like the 2 Little Leagues. I think I talked about it yesterday. The one on ESPN is the one that Eli was not in. So I wish he was. And then let's go. I'm going to go all the way around. Let's go to Sean'sLife.com. I need to be checking on my children right now. That's what I need to be doing. Woods is asleep, so I'm hoping the big kids are not killing each other. Let's see anything on Sean'sLife.com. You can go there and leave your comments until my debit card changes and I lose everything. There is nothing there. Okay, thanks for listening. Talk to you tomorrow.